got caught on the table.
Dude, another one of these.
Here we are again.
I think 20. 21?
Ooh, this shit's gonna fall off.
20 or 21. We're on the
21.
something like that.
Yep.
Damn. That's like half a year almost.
Yeah. Are you done yet? Okay.
That's like right on the.
Not gonna fuck with me?
It's right on the edge of nightmare.
It is. There's a plate or something right there.
Oh, for the
Yeah,
leg.
I guess I could move it over, but I'm not going to. Not right now.
Just don't fuck with it.
So,
How you living?
forest fires, bro.
Dude, post-apocalyptic.
Smell good out there, right? Get your lungs full.
It's nicer out now, but they say it's worse. Like they say the air quality is worse than it was yesterday, but it's clear out there today. I mean, it's still a little smoky, but you can see the sun.
Yeah.
Doesn't look like Blade Runner or whatever out there now.
Yeah, it was bad yesterday.
Dude.
First day I walked out, and it's like, I'm like, somebody burning something, because the guy back there always does like pig roast and stuff.
Oh yeah, we talked about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was like, this prick,
He's making a pig on a Tuesday morning.
Yeah, I wanted to go out and have coffee, and I'm like, it's so smoky.
That's a big pig.
Yeah.
Smoking up a neighborhood.
Yeah, but then I saw it going across all the houses, and I was like, oh shit, what is this?
Forest fire.
Yeah. It smelled like grass, too, like burnt grass.
Well, that's what's underneath the forest, right?
Yeah, but how come it didn't smell like tree?
Maybe they're Canadian furs. I don't know.
How come it didn't smell like beaver?
It smells like fur.
What's the Canadian animal? My eyes fucked up. See, it's all red.
Yeah, what happened? You punched?
No, like two hours ago, it started getting red.
Pink eye? Alien abduction?
Maybe.
Don't they give you pink eye?
Stink eye. That's what they give you.
I don't know what their animal is, but there's probably a lot less
What they
of
give
them.
you is pure joy.
Yeah.
Memories that last a lifetime. Something you can put in your scrapbook.
That no one else believes but you and one other guy with a hat, tinfoil.
I have the dilation to prove it.
Like that old South Park, the what do you call it? The radar dish will come out of your head.
Oh yeah,
when
that
you
whole
fart.
thing.
All right. Now, so like, but have you seen a lot of, I don't know if you watch the news, but there's been no news coverage on it, really. Very little. Don't you think it would be kind of important?
Sure.
If you're covering the whole East Coast in smoke?
Yeah.
But I haven't seen a lot of news about it.
I don't watch news, so I saw zero.
You don't read an article?
No.
Happen to peruse?
Sometimes.
You have to, a little bit.
Yeah.
You don't know what's going on out there.
Only on Instagram.
Oh, that's where you get your news from?
It's like, funny enough, one of them that I look at is Canadian news, Australian news.
Mm-hmm. CBC, was it? Canadian Broadcasting Company or something?
No, some other shit.
All right.
But they talk all about the news.
Did they talk about
there?
Did they talk about their country burning?
No. But I don't look.
Right. I got you.
Every day.
Right, but you figure when something's catastrophic, I would think this would be considered catastrophic, right? I don't know. There's a lot of woods in Canada.
It's got to be a lot to drift this far.
To get high enough into the jet stream and push. Yeah.
We got to be, 500 miles from Toronto?
At least, right?
Montreal?
Yeah, at least. I mean, allegedly, I don't remember this, but somebody talked to me remembers when Mount St. Helens erupted when we were kids.
Yeah.
And then it made it here. I don't remember ash making it here.
I don't remember that at all.
But they claim, they're adamant about it.
Really?
And you're going to say no when they're sitting right next to you every day?
I'm going to say you're an asshole.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to say.
I want to, but then I got to see her in the morning. It becomes a whole thing. But now, we're going to tie some of these notes together with this event, right?
Mm-hmm.
Remember, last week we talked when we were out for dinner and how people traveled from Siberia or whatever down
I'm
to...
just going to do this.
Thanks, Pirate. Oh, it hurts that bad?
It doesn't hurt. It's starting to itch a little bit.
Well, you got pink eye.
Fuck. I'm all fucked up lately.
Dude.
I got so many issues.
It's a system. You need a flush, a coolant flush.
Yeah.
Maybe you need some chemicals in your life.
Maybe that's what it is. Maybe because for a while I wasn't having any chemicals. My body's just like
Right.
getting rid of all this crap.
Maybe. I mean, maybe you need some less organics, more fake stuff in your life. Get the balance back up.
Maybe.
You know how you add a little stuff to a
just go
pool.
outside and take a nice whiff of the air.
You dig it in.
Delish.
I mean, the first day it just smelled like the campfire, but now I don't know what it smells like now. But
Yeah.
But we talked about that thing where people in Siberia. Remember they found a body from Siberia in Mexico. That whole thing.
Yeah.
We talked about that thing. Maybe this is the signal, right? To start migrating, trying to run away from the big fireball in the sky or whatever they thought back then. You know what I mean? Like they started
we should.
migrating.
Yeah. I'm ready to go south.
Is this a migrating event or whatever? They make us go somewhere else?
I'm ready.
But is this what they saw? I mean, when you were then, you didn't have a job. You didn't have to answer anybody. Just wander, right?
I'm sure they've seen forest fires.
Right, from a lightning strike or something.
Yeah, I think they just were following food.
You think so? That's
Yeah.
it? They just chased their rat?
They didn't. I don't think they did agriculture.
They just chased
So
the rabbit
much,
from
yeah.
Siberia to Mexico?
Yeah, if you're in Siberia, what are you really going to eat? I mean, there's those.
Saber-toothed tigers, right? I don't know. It depends on what year it is.
Like Fred Flintstone?
Yeah.
Put that big thing on your car and it tilts it over?
The ribs, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like, you got nothing to do all day, right? That's your existence is surviving, right? So you just start wandering.
Mhm.
How long would it take to get from? Well, now it would take a lot longer, but what do you think?
Well, the first few miles are the worst, right?
Right.
Because if it's frozen enough for you to walk across the Bering Strait,
Right.
it's cold.
Yeah.
So how far are you going to get?
Probably a mile a day or something.
I don't know.
But then you got to set up camp every day, shelter every day. You know, it's probably why they ended up in a cave or something, right, where they died.
Yeah.
This would. We were talking about that, then for some strange reason, I'm like, maybe that's where.
But you can all snuggle for body warmth.
Right.
One big happy family.
Bunch of dudes with spears. Just wrapped up in a big ball of fur.
Just spooned up.
Yeah. Yeah, how can we never find that? Like a human centipede of sorts.
Hey,
Of
Joey,
bodies. I'm cold.
that better be your spear.
I told you no rocks. Now, it's because there's no fat people back then.
I guess. I
There
don't know.
couldn't be. Right?
Too much work?
And not enough food, right?
Yeah.
So there's not enough food, or the food is pure, right? Because there's no chemicals yet.
Right.
So you're eating clean.
Mhm.
You're walking around all day. So there's probably no fat people. So probably everybody's the same, like, you know, right?
No. My
That
eyes
eye
are getting
opens
fucked up.
You know, start looking like Marty Feldman. You gotta put a hump on your back.
Drag my knuckles.
Whoa.
Oh, man.
Dude. But that was what I was getting me thinking that maybe that's where, like, you know, cryptids or cryptoids. That's what you say, right? Not cryptoids. Cryptids, Loch Ness Monster, Jersey Devil, that horse shit, Mothman.
AKA lies.
Right.
Okay.
But maybe they started out like the guys from wherever he's coming from, Siberia, had a pet, I don't know, ostrich.
Okay.
And then that ostrich kind of got lost somewhere along the way. So it survived in a certain area and all of a sudden it became something. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
somebody,
Maybe it just became an ostrich that they couldn't see.
and they didn't
Or
know-
they had never seen one before
Right,
and
they
they were
didn't
like,
know-
what the hell is that?
Exactly. They made
Right.
it. So they made up some crazy story that it was a devil, demon, because that's all that really you could believe in. No TV.
Right.
No fake news.
Right.
So you're wandering around the woods of New Jersey. All of a sudden, you see some giraffe, and you're like, "Oh, that's the Jersey Devil. That's
Sure
the
is.
devil, or whatever."
18 feet tall.
Yeah, and that scare the shit out of you if you're never used to seeing a giraffe.
Sure.
You just-
If you didn't even know what it was,
right,
you'd
it's
be
I mean,
like, what is that?
right. You're doing your normal everyday stuff, and then it just morphs, you know, because the story is saying I saw a thing with it, you know. Yeah, it's an animal, sure. You know, then it starts evolving into, well, must have been a devil. Must
Yeah.
have been, you know.
70% neck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Must have
What
been.
are you talking about?
It was moving its head all weird. Right.
Yeah.
It slowly turns into those things. So, like, there's no such thing. It was just a dumb animal.
I
Like
love watching them fight.
Giraffes?
Yeah, when they whip their necks around.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
You think you could take it?
It's very Davy and Goliath, right? Like,
Yeah.
just swinging a rock.
Do you think once you got underneath the legs, you could do some, like, could he get you still? Could he suck his own dick? Could he get his head all the way underneath?
I guess he could, sure, but
Like if you're in a fight
But
with
would
a
he?
giraffe. No, but I mean, if you're in a fight with a giraffe.
what would you do? Would you try to take their legs out?
I think you got to get in the middle. Got to work the liver. You got to get underneath them. Right? Because if you can't get the head all the way under.
They got like kind of a big fat body, right?
Kind of. That's what I mean. So it might be low enough for you to punch it.
Oh man.
Maybe you got to poke it like a balloon or something.
Okay.
A pus patch. Just keep poking it until it all drains out.
Nice.
Until he bleeds out on you.
Squeeze him like a pimple.
Yeah. But I don't know. It depends if the head can get under there. So he can't bite you. You know what I mean? You just stay in that zone, like the eye of the hurricane, like, you know,
Yeah.
where he can't kick you. I mean, maybe he could piss on you if he's angry enough.
Whoa.
But yeah, you got to wear him out. He can't have stamina, right? Do giraffes have stamina? Think they go 2 rounds, 4 rounds, 2 minutes?
I think. Oh well. Yeah, they probably got some good stamina. I mean, they seem pretty agile, light on their feet. They got some footwork.
I mean, I've never seen anything. What fights a giraffe? besides a giraffe?
How flexible do you think the neck is? That's
That's
thing.
what I mean. So if he can't get from, all the way under his body almost,
Right.
like he's turtling.
Right, because if he could go like all the way, he could probably eat his own ass.
Right. That's
Yeah.
what I mean.
Right, because it's so long.
But if he can't get under there, you could just keep working the body. Eventually, he'll get frustrated. Right? Like when they used to tie up Tyson.
Yeah.
Eventually, he'll get frustrated and just give up.
Or he'll get real pissed.
Right. But you just keep staying underneath there.
Can they stomp you?
I guess. But only if you can. Only if
I
you
don't
get
picture them on 3 legs. Like they're too spindly.
out. Right. If you put one up, it's
Yeah.
the whole system's out.
Yeah. Taking your chances that way.
You can go to Bronx Zoo and test this theory.
Sure.
Just got
Man, uppercuts. Giraffe liver.
yeah, I'm testing a theory. Yeah. But I mean, that's probably where all those things came from. I mean, I don't know what they were. You know what I mean? Maybe fucking Loch Ness Monster was some weird beluga whale that made it in the channel. When the waters were higher.
Right.
Who knows? But people are stupid and they believed it.
Sure.
But you didn't have anything else to believe in, I guess, right? Too busy trying to eat, survive. And oh, look at that. What the hell's that thing?
And maybe they were walking around the woods and they ate some mushrooms.
That's true too, right?
And then they didn't know what the hell they saw.
That's a good point. I mean, isn't that what they always said about the Vikings, right? They took mushrooms before they
Yeah.
went into war.
Yeah.
That's why they were crazy.
And they said the thing that might have caused the Salem witch trials was there was mold on the bread.
Really?
Yeah, and it kind of made everybody a little crazy.
So you just start blaming people?
Well, you think that you see visions when you're...
Oh, so you told your friend, like, whoa, you see that? And you're like, no.
Yeah, like it caused a mass psychosis.
Right. And then the people who didn't eat the bread, well, there's something spiritually wrong with that guy over there.
Yeah, seems like it.
I mean, the outfit didn't give it away. The pointy hat, all the black.
The big buckles.
The big broom they carry around with them.
Yeah.
That stuff gave it away.
Yeah.
You believe in that?
Such a weird thing for Richie Blackmore to adopt,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Be a wizard.
Yeah.
Just play guitar.
He should be the wizard, though. Don't be the witch. Be the wizard. Right? There's stars and moons on your hat.
Are they gender defined? Is it wizards and witches, or are they
No,
all...
because he has like a pilgrim hat.
Right. But I'm
Yeah.
saying, can you be a male
He's a
witch and a female
Puritan or
wizard?
something.
I mean, now you can, but back then, were they clearly defined roles? I mean, do you believe it? Do you believe that anybody could be doing witchcraft?
No.
Voodoo?
No. I think people believe they can. I think that people might be susceptible to it if they have belief. Kind of like,
Everything.
yeah, like hypnosis,
Right.
faith healing,
All that stuff.
all that stuff.
Till the tumor starts coming out of your neck.
Right.
Oh, I guess it just moved. I cleared it from down here. I don't know. It ended up
Right.
over there. I mean, come on, witches.
Come on.
I mean, but it wasn't that big of a deal, right? They didn't kill that many people in Salem, right? It wasn't that.
I don't know.
I thought it was a short thing. Like, it wasn't like they killed thousands.
How many people died? Go to the videotape.
How many Salem witches were actually burned? We should go like this, witches, though, because they're not really witches. What's the number? 30 people. 19 were executed by hanging. Huh.
14 women, 5 men.
Man witch.
Man witch.
Is that where it came from?
You funny. 200 accused and only 30 died. What is that?
10, 15%, right? 15%?
No, I meant the
Oh.
flag that
Oh, I don't know what that was.
16th century Puritans. Okay.
All right, that's not a bad run. 30?
Yeah. Did it pop up? Yeah.
What is that? Oh.
Some of the physical ergot poisoning. That's the
Long-term ergot poisoning.
that's the thing.
Cloven foot, hooves, convulsions. So that made him a witch.
Oh yeah.
So it wasn't the hocus pocus abracadabra.
No,
They
they
were just acting
the poison was on the bread and they were eating it and there was like freaking people out.
right. But when you look at the dramatization of witchcraft,
Ooh, that's a nice word you had there.
yeah, it's like
Drama.
it's not. That doesn't sound like hocus pocus. That like they make people seem like abracadabra. They're toiling up stuff in their big cauldron. That just sounds like a bunch of sick people. And they,
Right.
instead of saying this guy's sick, the devil got him because of the damn religion was larger than the people.
Yeah.
Right. But other than
Yeah,
that,
it could be. They could have all been, the bakers of the town, and they made some bread,
right.
and people ate it, and they thought they were poisoning them, so they were demons. Who knows? People were fucking crazy back then.
Yeah, because we didn't know.
Think about the balls that it took to jump on some rickety ass boat and go across the Atlantic Ocean
Yeah.
to a place you don't know anything about,
Uh-huh.
like the woods, and you're just gonna. Here we are.
Let's do it.
It's our new thing.
Right.
Yeah.
You see the people who do it on those TV shows.
Yeah.
Lost or Afraid, Alone, whatever they are.
Sure.
I mean, it's like...
But it's all been mapped out. It's not.
right. They know.
Yeah, you know what's there.
I mean, imagine it the first day.
You know that scouts have been there. There's
Right.
no headhunters on the island.
Right. The wind blows you, so you hit land,
Mm-hmm.
and it's Florida. You don't know it's Florida, obviously.
Right.
You hop off that boat like, whoo! It was like 40 days, and all of a sudden you're eaten by a fucking crocodile. Like you're the first guy to die.
Or you're hanging in Miami doing coke and driving a Ferrari.
Yeah, but that's a big... Well, once you get past that 100 years, until we figured that part out. But imagine that. Like, or even the fact that the boat, right? The first guy who did the boat, is it going to work?
Built a boat?
Well, built one to go that far. Is it going to work? I don't know.
That's got to be a progression, right? They
Right.
probably
Sank so far out.
they probably saw a log floating downstream and a frog was on it, and they were like, "Oh shit, why don't I try that?
Right, no, but I mean, I think they made
Let me
boats...
put two together so my ass isn't dragging in the water."
Right, but they did boats that can only go... Let's face it, unless you make that leap, like how we have to do it to go to Mars, right?
Mm-hmm.
They send a boat out with 50 people. I don't know how many people fit on a boat. All right, they sent the boat out with 50 people, and they never heard from them again, because you're never going to hear from them again, right? So they just assume that first boat made it?
Yeah.
Or do they change their design somewhere in there?
So how long did it take each way? Right.
I don't know, right? Because you have to make sure the wind's right? And how did they get it out? Like, let's say you go to Raritan Bay, right?
Right. You're at a dock.
There's no current enough to push you miles.
Right, but you typically have an engine to
Right.
troll out, right?
Yeah,
And
even
then
on a sailboat, they have a little engine.
exactly.
So what did they have? A couple oars? On a gigantic-ass boat?
Yeah.
I mean, how big was the Mayflower?
Stroke.
Billy Squire.
Oh, how big was the Mayflower?
Wow.
Look at you
This
making me work today. I don't know about this shit. I don't know how to.
Size of the Mayflower.
How big was the.
Wow, first thing that came up. I hate everything listens.
Open Sesame.
What's the size on that thing? Like the drawings, look how big it looks, right?
They're saying about 90 feet, 100 meters.
180 tons.
180 tons. It's a big fat boat.
But how did they know it would work?
Yeah, but this is hundreds of years of development.
But that's what I mean. Like at what point?
1620.
So at what somewhere?
Because if the Vikings crossed it in like a year of 1000.
But did the English?
And they had warships already. They had ones that were
right.
low to the.
Yeah.
And I think they were flatter, so they didn't tip as much.
But could they take the big waves when you're out there? You ever watch The Deadliest Catch?
They made it.
Did you ever see The Deadliest Catch when that boat's the waves are higher than the boat?
That freaks me out.
Dude, you're gone. Remember?
Yeah.
You're gone. But at what point did they say, okay, Columbus, you're going?
Who's the crazy ass that did that and then was like, you know what? I'll go again.
Right.
Yeah, I'll do this every year.
This isn't that bad. What? It takes the this.
Yeah.
But there's a switch in there. There's a switch up here that's wired different.
Yeah, of course.
Because there's no there's no reason to it, right? Do we really need all those crabs?
No, we don't need any of those.
No. I mean, I get it if you're in like Siberia or in that cold section and somebody came up with the idea that there's food down there as opposed to land. You can't find bears, you can't find chickens, whatever. Let's go out there and see what's out there. But this is the same thing, though. Because that's the Mayflower. But Christopher Columbus, right? When he sailed, right? So he's, is he 100 years before them? I don't know. 200 years.
130?
Right. But prior to him, did they just like watch this boat? They figured out how to get it off the dock. They figured out how to get it out there with the wind. Did they just watch the first one go, whoop?
It must have been oar power. Had to be.
Had to be something.
What else are they going to do?
I don't know. But they're standing there on the shoreline or whatever, and they're watching him go, and it just sinks. Oh, that boat didn't work.
Yeah.
We got to make a new one. Like all the experience, or how did it happen? How did these people, obviously they invented small boats to go rivers and canals, right? So how did somebody decide, okay, we can make something big enough to go thousands of miles. And it's going to be big enough and heavy enough to hold everything we need. People, food, guns, whatever. Like that whole engineering, that whole lineage of engineering seems fucking impossible for normal people. For aliens, maybe
we worked it out.
Maybe there was an alien in there.
You think?
Maybe.
Nah, I think it's just a long time of development.
All right, well, so if he did it 200 years before them, so that another 100 years before him of figuring out boats, how boats work, and udders?
492.
Rudders, not udders. Well, somebody had to figure that out too, but
exactly.
Yeah, 1492, right? Was
right, and the Vikings said like around the year of 1000, so that was almost 500 years earlier.
Right, but how did they know the Vikings did? Somebody had to tell them.
How did the Italians know that the
Vikings did it? Right. I guess they found artifacts.
Yeah, they still had information. Took forever.
A
lot of walking.
Yeah.
Holes in your sandals.
But then you had to go from. Just the theories of it, and they took it on their word that they made it there. They made it here, right?
Yeah.
So then the next guy's like, well, we can do it. And then I wonder if those guys got 200 miles offshore, like, we ain't gonna make it. This thing's going down.
Yeah, I'm sure there was.
Because there's no way to
there was a lot of mutiny.
There's no way to call back. I'm like, hey, we're stuck out here. There's no AAA.
Yeah, at some point you get to the point of no return, right? Because you run out of food.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't turn back. You just gotta
keep going forward.
That's it.
I don't get it. Or even modern times, how did those fucking two morons manage to meet in the middle of the ocean to connect the wire for communication? You ever see that thing?
Good swimmers.
Yeah, I guess so. Who held their breath down there? Somebody put all those little wire nuts on all the little wires.
Just crimping it?
Yeah. But, I mean, somebody did it and paid lots of money to do it. But, I mean, all it takes is a little wind and you're like, whoop, You're off
Yeah.
by 2 miles, 3
Yeah,
miles.
all that stuff's really impressive. Like linking up oil pipelines and
Yeah.
all of it's crazy.
So, yeah. Shout out to engineers or whatever.
Yeah.
Shout out to the maniacs who are OCD enough to get it right. Because there had to be some, like I said, it's probably the alien dressed like, Ever watch that show? What's that show? American Dad?
Mm-mm.
Oh, there's a show. It's a cartoon. It's like
I thought you said American Dead.
American Dad. Oh, Dad.
I like American Dead. We're going to have to start that one.
Well, we had that, right? The zombie movies are all American Dead.
Eh.
So was it going to be a ghost story?
I don't know.
About dead Americans?
Yeah. They're all hanging out, chit-chatting. I guess they have that show Ghost. Right?
Maybe we do a show where they're chit-chatting like one-upping each other. Yeah, I made a gun. Well, fuck you, I made a machine gun. Just guys just fighting.
All famous people?
Yeah, just fighting with each other, arguing.
The famous dead?
Yeah. Yeah, just
Okay.
some kind of weird dead bar. Like a Cheers, but for dead people.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody steals this, I'll kill them.
Nice.
Right? Just, I don't know, what was it? Benjamin Franklin invented beer? He's just out there cleaning the bar and walks. I don't know.
Invented what?
Did he invent beer? Well, not invented, but
No.
didn't he fix? I mean, the Egyptians did or something, but didn't he make a brewery? Wasn't he a brewer? I think.
Okay.
I don't know.
Take your word for it.
Sure. Because it's almost the end of the segment.
Or I could look it up. This is my last...
This would be the last.
The
check.
last look up of this section of the show.
Benjamin Franklin and beer.
Ben fucking Franklin bar.
How about beer? There's a tap room. That's a start. I guess Sam Adams
makes beer. Sammy.
Megas.
I can't read
No,
any
it just
of
said
this.
that God loves us because beer's here. I get you with Sam Adams technically, right? Because that's the same.
Beer is living proof that God loves us and wants us to be happy. Oh, that's sweet.
That's somebody probably never drank a lot of beer. Nobody's happy after they drink a lot of beer.
No, you get loud and obnoxious, right?
Right, beer making process. 1700.
Process.
Wow.
Beer was big business back then. There you go. Everybody wanted to get hammered, even way back.
Yeah, because nobody wants to deal with reality, even back then. Even back then, you probably more than ever, right?
They're just telling you how to make it.
Right. Wouldn't you just want to drop out as much as possible back then? Like everyday life's hard, so might as well get hammered.
I think by the time it was Ben Franklin, it wasn't as hard.
You think it was a lot easier to live?
Yeah, they were living in cities. They were wearing stupid shoes. They were all wearing high heels. I mean, it's not like you can't wear those in a field and plow,
Everybody was Prince.
right? You'll sink in the mud. You know, they're wearing stockings and frilly bullshit and
Do you
their
think
stinky lice-ridden wigs.
every day you think they did that? There was no casual Friday?
Wigged up.
There ain't no casual Friday.
Sure, they had it.
Well, Ben Franklin had casual Friday. So
Found your center.
yoga.
I decided I'm not going to have any liquids this podcast.
Why?
Because every time I listen back to it,
Throat
all I hear
gulps?
is swallowing. And I'm like, this is fucking gross.
It's like throat gulps.
I wouldn't want to listen to this shit either.
Evidently, 9 or 10 people do a week.
There you go.
Eventually.
Yeah.
Eventually, they'll catch on. So, but yeah, you don't read the news. So I read the news for all this good stuff. So you can just comment on it.
I read 2 articles.
Okay, what's the first one?
Do you want to talk ocean or space?
Space. We just kind of talked about
So
ocean.
they're going to do a moon landing next year.
Okay.
SpaceX.
Oh, yeah?
And then Jeff Bezos' company got all bitchy because he wants to also go to the moon. So they're letting him go the next year. So NASA,
Aw.
they each got a contract with NASA.
Yeah, just throw each a few billion.
Exactly.
My question is, what are they going to do when they get there? I mean, obviously, as soon as Elon Musk gets there, they're going to push a Tesla off the back, and it's just going to be sitting on the...
Sure, he's
know.
going to drive it around.
Yeah, or whatever. It's just going to be sitting there.
Right. Photo op.
Yeah. course.
Mhm.
I mean, doesn't he still have a car floating in outer space somewhere?
Yeah, didn't he dump one off
Oh,
one of his rockets?
yeah, one of his rockets. So,
Yeah.
so I mean, I don't care what people do with their money, but that's a lot of money. I mean, eventually, if NASA's sponsoring it, eventually it's our money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the idea that Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk are putting out all the money is stupid. Yeah, maybe they built the platform or whatever
Yeah.
on the tax breaks, and they're operating at a loss, and then the government's going to grant them a couple $1 billion. So there's no money being spent. Like I love when people always say that Jeff Bezos could take all his money and feed the homeless, or like those geniuses. Jeff Bezos has like $400 million. That would make like 400 people a millionaire. It's like, shut up. Shut up, you dummy. Go back in your sweat lodge
Yeah,
or
why
whatever
would he
you're
want
doing.
to do that, though?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but the idea that these guys are
Because
spending...
there's the thing about making it that you don't
Right.
just want to give it all away,
Exactly.
right? Plus, it's not all, I don't know, technically yours. You can't just, like,
Right.
toss it around.
Especially if you have shareholders and you'd be holding
But I
for
think
them.
he's out now, right? He's not part of Amazon anymore.
Right, but I bet
I
you...
mean, I'm sure he still gets paychecks from it.
I'm
but
sure he's got
it's got nothing to do with the day-to-day.
a boatload of cash from it, right? Would you?
Work?
Once you made $400 gazillion, would you go,
No.
yeah, I'm retired?
I would retire way earlier than that.
Right.
If I had any sort of startup and somebody gave me like $3 million, I'm like, done.
See ya.
Done.
So, but the idea, though, the foolish idea that they don't pay taxes, it's all bullshit. They all pay their money. It's just that they have so much money
Yeah.
that you don't see how much money, you know what I mean?
They pay a lot.
Right.
Yeah.
But the number is so high for them in their account. You know what I mean? Like the average mouth breather, he's paying $5,000 taxes. It's, oh my God, they're taking, but you're also not.
Right.
I mean, but the idea that they spend everything on these programs is so stupid. I mean, let's face it. I mean, Elon Musk or Bezos came up with the idea, I want to make a rocket ship. And NASA's like, great, because we don't really feel like making rocket ships anymore.
Right.
Because they probably would have to hire the equivalent of a SpaceX, right?
Elon can make ones that come back.
Right. No one
Yeah.
ever did that, right?
Right.
So he's saying, all right, I got it. It's going to cost you too, right? He goes, I'll throw in 100 million, a billion, 100 billion, whatever. I don't know what it costs to start up SpaceX.
Yeah.
I'll start it, and then you're going to subsidize, So, but the idea that these guys are throwing countless dollars at these things are ridiculous. People
People are ridiculous.
they don't read
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah. You don't make money if you're spending your own money.
Right.
You spend other people's money.
All right. Especially all these.
That's why you get bank loans
Right. And
and subsidies.
exactly.
Yeah. You're not spending your own cash. That's stupid.
Especially the guy who's writing the proposals, like, this is for the betterment of our country, not for me.
Right.
I'm not making myself rocket ships. Sure, I'm going to be the face of the rocket ships, but I'm not making them for me. I'm making them for you. Wink, wink.
Mm-hmm.
But that's people. People don't realize.
People.
They don't realize what's going on. Speaking of people, I got tons of notes of stupid people.
Oh, I got one more story.
Oh, yeah, about space.
No, this is ocean.
Oh, now we're going ocean. Okay.
So, killer whales have been training their young to smash boats.
Really?
Yeah, I guess like off the coast of Australia, I think it was.
Really?
Yeah, like some, I guess some of them must have got hurt.
Like smaller boats?
By some, I don't know.
Or big freighters or something.
I didn't read the entire thing.
That's fine.
Even if I did, they probably didn't say.
Right.
I don't think an orca would do much to a freighter, even if it was like 6 of them. It had to be like a mid-sized
Right.
type of thing.
But you ever watched the movie Orca? One could do some
Of
hurt.
course.
One can do some work on
That's-
a small boat.
Sure. It's all real. Hollywood.
So obviously, it
Yeah.
was art, life imitating art now.
Yeah.
So they're teaching their young how to attack a boat.
How to ram them, yeah.
What's the purpose? To eat the people, or just to get them out of the way?
We should ask.
We should.
We can communicate, right?
I thought so, right?
Right.
With
There's South Park.
right? The clicks and the whistles and the bleeps.
Yeah.
So,
They spoke to us in South Park, right?
right. Didn't they speak to
Somebody.
somebody did.
Somebody spoke to somebody.
Well, there's those other ones, right? The, what do they call it? The beluga whales
Mm.
in Russia that are spies.
Is that the one with the weird head?
Yeah.
Yeah.
With the big 5 head and,
Yeah.
They
They
have
looked like 3 or 4. Somebody hit him over the head with a mallet. He's got a big lump.
yeah.
Yeah.
But they had like they found some with like some kind of property of Russia collars on them. Like I don't know if they're taking pictures. They trained them to be spies.
Okay.
I don't know how. I'm not Russian, but they trained them to be spies. So it's all these whales are. I guess they're smarter than we think.
Oh, they probably just tell them to swim in certain waters and they have the camera going, right?
I guess I don't know how they train them. I never looked it up.
Creeping around government buildings.
Yeah, obviously.
It's like, what's all this water on the floor?
Yeah, you just walk out. You walk near the. Yeah, he's just kind of laying in the pool, the reflecting pool. I'm just hanging out.
Exactly. It's that thing in the fountain.
Yeah, just a bunch of. You see like a Russian van just drop them off into a pond.
Yeah. Got to give him the layout of all the bathrooms so he could keep wet.
Yeah. Excuse me. Is there a water fountain over here? I can a sip.
Just,
That would be great. Like what was his name? Was it Jabberjaw? One of them. Which is the one that walked around? Yeah, which is the one that walked around. Yeah, right.
yeah. Sound like Curly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just walking around. We had a lot of cartoons about animals. McGill
Yeah.
and Gorilla, all those.
Yeah.
They're highly functioning animals.
They sure are. They talk. They walk.
Yeah. How about all the whales that are dying around here? You see all that? It's a. I'm gonna say and I'm not talking about your neighbors.
Mercy 9.
I'm not talking about Big Debbie 2 doors down. She's still alive.
A dipshit taking her baby out into the forest fire.
This is a once in a lifetime thing, kid. You're gonna want to see this. Breathe it in.
Yeah, it was the first day. It wasn't yesterday when it was like
Bad.
really thick, but the first day, I mean, I saw it walking out my door. I saw it. And then I smelled it and I was like, "Oh, that's bad." And I go out to get my mail and I see her like sitting in the front with a baby carriage. I'm like, "Go inside, stupid." That's a baby.
Right.
Even if you, let's say you didn't know what it was, like I didn't know what it was.
Right.
I immediately put my shirt over my face because I don't know if some maniac's burning plastic in his
Right.
backyard
Yeah,
or
you don't know
whatever.
what's going
I don't
on.
know what the hell that is.
It's a building fire or whatever.
Yeah, but even after I heard it was a forest fire in Canada, I still don't want to breathe it because who knows what's in that stupid forest that they're burning up there.
Right.
Maybe they're hiding something.
Maybe
Right?
that's
Maybe
what-
they dump some chemicals and they don't want anybody to find out that they dump chemicals. So they lit the forest on fire.
Right. Or
I don't-
vice versa. They dumped the chemicals and it caused the fire.
There you go. See? So why would you sit there and breathe that in?
Or why would you? Yeah, especially your kid. And
Yeah.
if your kid didn't have lung problems, it could now.
Yeah.
But what I was saying was, that's what's for Big Debbie down the block. But all these whales are dying around here, and the argument is the people that are doing sonar testing because they want to put wind farms out, LBI and all that. The sonar is messing up the whales, making them deaf
Okay.
or something, and they're getting all effed up, and then they're dying. They're running into boats.
Kind of like the cell phone did to the bees.
Yeah.
Okay.
But they're doing it like of course the people who are doing the sonaring or radaring, whatever they're
Wait, the
doing,
whales are running into boats?
they're saying they're running into boats because they don't know they're running into boats because now
Are
they're.
you sure?
What do you mean the boats?
Maybe the orcas,
Yeah. Are talking to the beluga whales? Not beluga? What do we have up here? Blue whales? I don't know what we have. Humpback whales?
It's a whale revolution.
Maybe.
They're going to take over, dude.
Well, once you get out there, you're mine.
What? You think the king would be one of those big ass blue whales?
Has to be, right?
And I could just picture it like having a Mike Tyson voice. This big ass whale.
Big tattoo around the one eye. Big eye tattoo. Fucking waves. There you go. There you go. Maybe that's the movie.
There you go.
Maybe that's the show.
Okay.
The whale revolution, not so much the
Whale Revolution. American Dead.
Yeah, not so much American Dead. Maybe the whale revolution is the actual show.
What could be American Dead? Just the whales are killing us.
Right. They're doing the bidding. But
Yeah.
so supposedly, they're going deaf or something from the sonaring
Okay.
and then they're running into boats. But then the people obviously doing the sonar saying, no, it's the boats issue.
Meaning that the sonar actually makes them deaf, or
Right.
it just temporarily.
No, it's screwing up their whole their system.
them.
Screwing up their system.
And it's permanent.
Yeah.
Screws them up.
Yeah, it's like getting your eardrums popped or something.
Wow.
Because they have to go so far down to do. I guess they're doing it because they have to put these bases in for these wind tunnel things,
Right.
wind shits.
Mm-hmm.
That's the whole thing down there because all the rich people that spent millions of dollars for that ocean view don't want to see the little propellers.
Would you?
No,
Yeah.
but I don't. I mean,
Got to see them on your dumb kids.
my kid's not dumb. Shouldn't wear a hat.
Not yours.
And other kids.
Yeah.
What's worse, dealing with the propeller or with the helmet?
What's worse, the propeller or the helmet?
Right, for the dumb kids.
You mean like a dunce cap?
No, well, they always said, when a kid was dumb, he'd either have the stupid propeller hat or he'd have a helmet so he didn't hurt himself.
Right.
So what's worse to see? Which kid's dumber? The propeller kid or the helmet kid?
I'd say propeller kid.
Think he's dumber?
Yeah.
He doesn't know he's got the propeller?
The propeller's really stupid. It's not. It doesn't work.
Right.
It doesn't cool you off. It doesn't keep the mosquitoes
Can't
away.
fly away.
Yeah, you're not going anywhere with it.
Who,
It's striped.
when was the last
Stupid.
time they were used? Like, when's the last time a kid thought it was
Right?
a
It's
great
like the
idea?
color of Twister.
Right. When's the last time a kid thought it was a great idea to wear a propeller to school before he was mercifully beaten in the gym locker? 1970s, 60s? I would hope it was out. I hope it was outlawed before World War II.
It seems like something they would still do in Korea or something like that.
Korea?
Yeah,
But
they
they're
would
smart.
still wear silly hats like that.
I think they're Americanizing
No, I
Oh.
think they're just silly.
Koreans? All Koreans or just South Koreans? The ones we know or the ones we don't know?
Well, definitely. I don't know if you could be that individual in North Korea.
No, I think you'd get stomped out, right?
Yeah,
Or
unless that was part of the uniform.
right, what do they call it? Oh, you were re-educated. They don't.
Right.
They don't kill them, right? They re-educate them
Sure.
by whatever means necessary.
Yeah.
They might re-educate you into becoming a boulder at the bottom of a mountain. Whatever they do. Whatever they
Yeah, hook you up to a car battery.
do. Yeah. Get the.
Yeah.
Fix you up right.
Was that Rambo?
Yeah.
They
On
had
the
him
bed.
to a box spring?
Yeah. The bed frame and
Yeah, the bed springs. And this is,
Still didn't kill him.
nope, can't kill Rambo. Come on now.
It's one of the only few men in the world undefeated.
Yeah.
Rambo.
Rambo.
So
Frog won according he did. Rambo.
great. Maybe
Propeller hat for this guy.
I was gonna say maybe
Yeah.
you'd want in here.
Yeah.
But stupid song stuck in my head. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Guitar string. That was one tough mouse.
Sure was.
He went right up to that cat and took that guitar string.
Yeah, he didn't play any games.
No, he said F you. He was a cowboy.
Yeah. He
And
had the big Sam Elliott mustache.
I watched that damn show almost every episode. Cowboys are tough.
Tom and Jerry, you mean?
No, Yellowstone. The real cowboys. The real cowboys. Those guys are tough.
Sure.
Those guys are fighting and drinking and then getting to work the next day at 4:30.
That's what they do.
4:30. That'd probably be the worst part. That's the worst part.
Yeah. They're probably done by 3 in the afternoon, though.
Hey, who cares? Still got to get up at 4:30 because in your
Yeah.
brain you're going to start drinking at 5.
Right.
So, I don't know if I can move my whole life back 3 hours, 4 hours. All right, I'll get out of work at 3 now. I worked 4 to 3. That's a long day. All right, so I get out at 3. I eat some biscuits and gravy or whatever they got in the mess hall.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm drinking bourbon from 5 to 9.
Like men do.
Right, you don't drink. Or Coors Light, probably. Or Coors. They drink the banquet of beers.
Banquet.
But it's hilarious. Like, it's...
How could one beer be a banquet?
Talk to the guys at Coors.
Is it a Willy Wonka beer?
It,
Like it starts out with the appetizer.
yeah, you chew right through it.
Main course coming.
There's a,
Oh, it's roast beef.
there's a, and then you get the blueberry pie. You get
Of course.
ballooned up.
Of course.
Next thing you know, they're rolling you down the block.
Was
Obviously,
it, no, everything. If it's out west, everything's beans, right?
rice and beans.
It's all baked beans.
Oh, they just stink like beans. But, I mean, obviously
I'd
that's
say you had enough.
those were real cowboys. Those were cowboys. Now, that beer was so good though. They risked breaking the law, Smokey and the Bandit, right?
Sure.
To get Coors Light, or Coors rather.
They
Coors Light.
had to get it to the Cowboys.
That's right, because they wanted beer.
They went in
Big
the wrong
Earl and Little
direction.
Earl.
But
Big Earl and Little Earl.
yeah. That was what's his name? The songwriter, right? Little Earl.
Little Earl was.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yep. The most I could picture him. I can't picture his name.
Yeah, he's like shrunken Johnny Denver. John Denver.
Johnny Denver.
Johnny Denver.
I didn't. You guys knew each other
We're
so
close.
well.
We're close like that.
You know my buddy Johnny
Yeah.
Denver.
Took flying lessons together.
Well, one of you did better than the other in class, obviously.
I'm still here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Paul Williams.
There you go.
That's his name.
Yeah. And then Jerry Reeds. He had a lot of songwriters
Yeah.
writing songs. But I don't know if Paul Williams got any songs on the soundtrack. Jerry did.
Paul Williams got a lot of songs on a lot of things.
Sure. So you didn't need Smokey and the Bandit. I just can't picture you and John Denver in class together. Hey, Johnny, what'd you get for answer 7? I'm not using that answer.
Exactly. Just mark the other answer.
Right. Whatever you got, I'm doing opposite.
I think it was because of his stupid glasses.
Too thick?
Yeah.
He looked like Oliver from the Brady Bunch.
Oliver.
Don't you remember?
No.
The cousin they brought in towards the end of the Brady Bunch to make it more appealing?
No.
You don't remember Cousin Oliver?
How could Oliver make it more appealing?
I don't know. I guess it was the end of the run.
All right, here we go.
Cousin Oliver.
Brady Bunch. Cousin
See? First thing.
Oliver.
See? Mini John Denver.
Hey, it looks like Paul Williams.
Yeah.
What? Oh man, you got to do a side by side of this kid and Paul Williams.
Absolutely. And John Denver. We'll have John Denver looking down from heaven.
Just a good old boy.
See, now I'd always get them backwards because John Denver, right? Didn't John Denver and Sonny Bono die not that far apart? Sonny Bono hit a tree, though, right? Skiing?
They probably both hit trees.
Yeah, I mean, one a little slower than the other, I guess, technically.
Same conclusion. Let's see. Good old Johnny Denver.
2010, right?
Dushendorf.
No, 97.
Henry John Dushendorf.
Wow.
Isn't that the villain on Phineas and Ferb?
I don't know, but that sounds like you're hiding.
Dushendorf.
That sounds like you're hiding your Nazi background with that much.
A little bit.
With that long of a last name. All right, so he
Ashes, resting place. Ashes scattered in the Rocky Mountains.
not by choice. Wow.
Blunt force trauma.
You think?
Oh. All right.
All right, so he died in 97.
Okay.
Now we said Sonny Bono. Sonny Bono died when?
Sono Bono. Fucking idiot.
Sono Bono.
Where's the thing?
I love the first.
Oh, 98.
Look at the first line.
98.
Not to be confused with Bono.
Bono.
But isn't that like the same thing? Leroy and Leroy?
Sure.
Why wasn't he Sonny Bono? Because he was there first.
Was Leroy from Revenge of the Nerds?
Yeah. There's Leroy and Leroy.
Everybody, clap your hands.
But now that's why isn't he Sonny Bono? It's like potato.
Skiing accent. Oh, that's so bad.
Poor bastard. That's not a good way to go.
No.
And you're just enjoying your day out on the slopes, and all of a sudden,
You could be going really fast, though, right? Like,
You have to be.
How fast? Oh, man, I'm so typey today.
Wow.
How fast
That's Joe.
do...
It's like almost rust ugly.
Ski. It'll figure it out.
I guess depends on average beginner. There you go. Enough to kill you. That's what it says.
10 to 20 miles an hour?
For a
Doesn't seem
recreational.
that.
What's an expert skill?
Whoa, 158.
I wouldn't want to do that.
Wow. No way. I don't even want to do that in a car. That's scary. In
Olympic skiers can do 95? That's crazy.
158 is fast.
On your feet? No,
On a stick.
I know, but I'm saying no control.
2 sticks.
You'd have to decide where you're going to go before you...
Way before.
Yeah, like a half a mile.
Yeah. There better be a lot of space in between trees because you're not making any sharp cuts.
Or between you and the other kid on the bunny hill where you're trying to do 158
You might cut that kid.
in half.
Yeah. One bunny over here, one bunny over there.
But they do multiply. So it works.
There you go.
So now, it's funny you bring up mountains, though. That's perfect because that was another thing of my stupid people.
You see how good I am?
And the selfish mother effers on the internet. Okay. Do you ever see the pictures of Mount Everest now? Like the crowds of people on Mount Everest trying to climb Mount Everest?
No.
If you ever get
It's
a
probably
chance,
a lot, right?
it's crazy, right? It doesn't feel like it feels like you could still die, of course, because you can. There's a lot of people die.
Sure.
But they showed these lines of like 30, 40 people trying to climb to the top of Mount Everest.
Mm-hmm.
Not like 1, 5, like not these weird separate groups. It's like a line of people waiting to try to
Like
get
a
up
ski
there.
slope.
Kinda. Like they're on I think they're all holding a guideline.
But don't they have to do it in like 2 or 3 days?
Something, right?
Yeah.
So that's why you get the Sherpa.
Unless you're Wim Hof.
Why, who's Wim Hof?
Oh, he's this guy. He's like, he's all about the cold.
Oh, yeah?
Like he does cold plunges and stuff, and he has his own breathing method. And
Here we go.
he climbed Everest in shorts and no shoes, like several times.
Wow. I didn't lose
Like-
any limbs?
No,
Fingers,
like
nothing?
it doesn't affect him.
Wow.
For some reason,
So he's in an anomaly. But, so
I
there's...
guess he built up to it.
Sure.
Is he Icelandic guy? I don't know, but anyway, sorry.
So, yeah, but the thing is that... So there's these line of people, they're climbing up, right?
Right, I thought they were going to slow that down because it was destroying.
It's a mess up there. It's disgusting looking. Base camps look disgusting. Looks like a homeless encampment in San Francisco. Just junk everywhere.
Okay, so it looks like any street
Yeah.
in San Francisco,
Mm-hmm. Except
L.A.
with the tents. Yeah.
Yeah.
So a guy falls. A guy doesn't... A dude in a ravine falls.
That's a good name for a character.
Guy falls.
Guy falls.
So people stare down at him, keep going. I guess maybe you're told not to.
Look at him or
Well,
stop.
save? I don't know.
What are you going to do?
Well, here you go. So Sherpa sees the guy,
Mm-hmm. Dives.
goes and says to his guy, because the guy who's paid him, said, listen, we're not going to go to the top. I got to save this guy.
Okay.
And
No man left behind. I like it.
Sherpa goes in.
Sherpa's got backbone.
Somebody else, they get him out of the hole because he's been in there for a couple days,
Okay.
freezing.
Yeah.
Sherpa puts him on his back
Mm-hmm.
with his blanket, carries
starts-
him down,
Start sherping. Yeah.
Sherpam's down the hill,
Right?
well, going against traffic with a guy on his back. I mean, I always picture Sherpa small. I don't know. I don't picture them as big, strong dudes that are just throwing a guy on your back, but whatever. So
Maybe they were tall guys, and then from carrying people on their back, they got shorter.
maybe they are tall, but they're up to their knees in
They're
snow.
like 4x4s.
Yeah. Maybe they're up to their knees in snow. You can't really tell how tall they are.
That's true.
So he gets him down to the base camp. And then,
Thinking of that Dennis Miller joke where he's talking about the Merrill Lynch bull dragging his crank down the sand. There's something wrong with my brain, man.
well, it's just it fires oddly at this time of day. So he brings him down to the base
Other
camp.
points.
When he brings him down to the base camp,
Yeah.
guy gets well. They bring him back to life.
Wait, so the guy is like frozen stiff like a fish stick.
Almost dead.
Like a fish stick.
Right.
Okay.
Close.
Is he rigid?
Yes.
Nice.
It must be if you count properly.
Wait, so he fell off the side and he landed in the snow and he was just laying there for a few days.
Right.
And then Sherpa
saw him.
Grabs the block of ice, throws it over his shoulder.
Right. Brings him down to the base camp.
To Van de Kamp's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Gordon.
They box him.
So he gets down there and they get him back to, I guess, health. And the first thing the stupid cocksucker does is thank his sponsors, not the guy who saved his life, because he's, a sponsored climber.
Right.
I would think they were going to drop sponsors if you can't climb.
Why would he thank them? They didn't send a Sherpa.
Exactly.
Right.
Right. And then he blocked the Sherpa on Instagram. Who knew Sherpas had Instagram accounts? But they do. Everybody's online now.
Sherpa wanted to get paid.
Well, the Sherpa wanted to thank you. Right? That's the least you can do when somebody saves your life.
Hit the road, Sherpa.
And the dude who did the climb, that was his third time climbing
the fish stick.
Fish stick.
Okay.
Gordon's a fisherman.
Mm-hmm.
Plucks him out. Guy's got 8 toes lost. I think he's got 2 fingers left or something from frostbite from all these other times. But
are they like this?
I don't know. Or hang loose. You got to have something to function.
Yeah. Oh, if you had just these two.
Oh, what a nightmare.
That's rough. Like even this, you could do a little bit, but these two.
Yeah, this is.
What
useless.
are you doing with this?
And if it's those two on the hand, and wait a minute. And if it's these two on your non-dominant hand, like if you're a righty and it's on your left hand. Oh,
well, that's my non-dominant hand.
My non-dominant hand's like. But anyway.
Yeah, that's tough, man. What can you really do with that? You can't grab
right
grape or nothing.
So even though you're internet famous,
running out of time.
Yeah, even though you're thank the guy who saves your life.
Of course.
But of course. And don't block him on social media.
Sherpa.
Yeah. Thank God for him.
That's what his 2 fingers are for.
Peace out. Very aggressive on your touch. And it was an awesome follow-up, too, on one of the things we talked about. So some broad goes on to online killers market.
Oh, nice.
On the dark web.
Sure, of course. The darkest.
Yeah. So she's from Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
Calls a hitman on online killers market. Says, I want you to kill my hiking partner because he moved. He's engaged to be married now. So he met this chick on Match. They were friends. I guess I don't know if they ever had a relationship. They hiked Tennessee area. He moves out of state. He's got a lady. He's getting engaged. So now Tennessee hiker wants to murder his fiance. So she calls online killers market. 10 grand. Still seems low for a professional hit.
Sure.
10 grand. Obviously a cop, right? So, but in the infinite wisdom of this broad, she calls to complain. When are you doing it? You said 2 weeks. Do we need to get somebody else? And I don't know. So I'm thinking.
Did they take the money?
So that's what I don't know. Like there's this weird gray spot in the article that they don't say it was feds.
Gray, like there was text there and somebody erased it.
Something, but it doesn't say in the article that it's the cops.
Right.
And it also doesn't say that it was a real killer.
Mm-hmm.
Like, was it a real killer? Like, you know what? I'm going to do, maybe this guy's like, I'm finally got my business up. I finally got a call. I'm going to do this. And your first call is this complaining monster. So he's like, I'm just going to tell the cops this broad tried to call me to kill her ex-friend or whatever. They never say in the article who the killer was.
Well, they probably don't want to, if it's roping in morons, they want to rope in more.
Well, they gave the name of the website. But they just thought that was funny that they're not saying, and I want to give the guy, I want to say Online Killers Market is a real guy. He was finally going to get his first job. He bid a little low, but he doesn't know it's his first time. But then you're getting.
Would you make a logo for them? OKM.
Yeah.
Like OKM and then like a butcher knife.
I would do the O as a as a aiming sight, as scope.
Okay, like a target,
K,
whatever that is. What is crosshairs?
Crosshairs.
Right.
O is the crosshairs, and the K, and then the M, probably a little blood at the end or something dripping. You know, like the job's done.
I would put a butcher knife in it.
No, see, I wouldn't because, well, I mean, I guess it's dirty deeds. I don't
Not a butcher knife. What's the one that's
cleaver?
The cleaver, yes.
The K would be better for a cleaver.
Okay.
The top of the K, if you want to.
That's how you spell it, with a K.
Yeah.
Sure.
Not me. Some people might.
Sure.
Cleveland Cleavers.
The Cleveland Cleavers.
KK. Or like they want to do Cobb Counting Crows, KKK. You ever heard that story?
No.
Rick Rubin wanted to call the Counting Crows the Cobb Counting Crows and use KKK. Spelled crows with a K.
Yeah, I got
Give
it.
it this Southern controversy back then.
That's not a good idea.
And, well, obviously not, because Chris Robinson's like, what are you out of your fucking mind? I'm not doing that.
You said Counting Crows, not Black Crows.
But he wanted to name the band the Cobb County Crows.
Oh.
Yeah. With K's instead of
Gotcha.
Black Crows.
Yeah.
Dope.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that either.
No. Well, then I guess probably at that time Rubin was a wigger, right? Because he
was
Beastie Boys
trying to be
rap
whatever.
Stuff. Yeah.
But still, you would think if that's what you're trying to do,
Yeah.
then you wouldn't go that road.
Like creating some dumb wrestling name or something or whatever. I don't know why you would suggest that, but that's for back then, right?
Hey, man.
But I always got sidetracked. Oh, the logo, yeah. So I would either do the K if you wanted to put the cleaver in, but I would do the M, like kind of going into either the dirt, like maybe maybe there's a little mound of dirt at the M, you know, because that's where you put them, right?
Like chiller.
First you shoot them, then you process them, and then you bury them.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my idea for their logo.
Nice. OKM.
Okay, email me if this is your company. It's going to need to see some documents.
There you go.
The check will clear. I mean,
TalkingOnToilets@gmail.com.
Right. I mean, because at the end of the day, I can make a logo if the guy's a killer. Not, you know, his check cleared. I don't know what he's doing with it.
Yeah.
I thought maybe
it's just a website.
Maybe Online Killers Market was like he's got a bunch of studio musicians.
Could be.
The Killers, right? Maybe it's actually the band The Killers, and that's their online market.
Oh, dang.
You don't know. I don't know. He's paying me to make a logo.
Mm-hmm.
But, so they never really say who's the actual killer. Yeah, they never, obviously the guy never got killed. But that's a lot. I mean, first she meets him on Match.com, and then that was over, whatever. But then she also, according to the article, she started calling the fiance with one of them voice modulators.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Come on. This lady was like living in 1970 or something, 1980.
That's great.
Can you still get those?
She go, breaker 19, breaker 19.
Get out of Dodge, or whatever the fuck they say. What would you say? I don't even know what you say in a voice modulator. Leave the dude or I'll kill you.
Let him go hiking. It's so stupid.
Yeah, exactly. The whole
all right,
process.
So she was dating the hiker guy.
Right.
And then he dumped her for another non-hiker.
Oh, I don't know if she was a non-hiker. But he dumped her.
And they were no longer hiking buddies.
Right, because he actually moved with his fiance to another state.
Mm-hmm.
And then hiker was not happy with that situation and was going to take care of business. Maybe.
It's
because the article didn't say it was a cop.
It's crazy. Right. Didn't say it was a cop, though.
Nowhere in the article did it say it was real or fake, the online killer part.
It just said that this woman got arrested.
Right, charged with this, facilitating a murder, whatever they charge you with at that point. So imagine that, though. That was you just called it. He was like, I was going to do this, but I can't. I thought I was going to get some corporate gigs. Real easy. Hey, Vinny wants you to kill Tommy the Fish over there. Real guys who really need killings.
Yeah.
But not retail killings.
They really need them.
Right. Not retail killings. I mean, that's a retail. That's, you got some lady coming off the street.
Right.
Or I like to see I would love to see even I personally would like to see the other calls, like not one that went that far. Let's say like the guy who writes I am writing, I really want to kill my ex-wife. It's really a pain in my ass. And he's like, all right. Or even if it's the cops, all right, be $18,000. We'll do it subtle. What? 18 grand? There's got to be some of those kind of like email chains. Like, that's a little high.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's got to
Yeah.
be some of those changes because people are always looking for a deal.
Sure.
So you're like trying to be a legitimate dog, trying to be a legitimate killer, but like just these emails of people like just too much, you know. So maybe he had those first because I'm going to shoot this one at 10 grand. She said fine, and then complained that it wasn't done fast enough. My question is why did she care how fast it was going to get done as long as it got done?
I know. She's got a schedule to stick to.
Guess she got hiking to do.
Yeah.
Now she ain't hiking nowhere. Hiking into the shower.
Cray.
People are. Wow.
All over hiking.
Yeah. Like, how good of a hiker was this guy that she was enamored enough to...
Obviously the best she's ever had.
Right. She's like,
Rocked her world.
Look at that form. Nobody could use them silly sticks like that dude.
Look at the way he puts one foot in front of the other.
Right.
It's impressive.
That guy don't trip at all.
No.
Look, what's the excitement? He uses those poles pretty good.
It's awesome.
Yeah. Look the way he drinks his water. No dribble.
Yeah.
It's the guy for me.
He's got a Camelback.
Yeah, he just sucking on a little Camelback.
I have one of those. Never used it, though.
Where were you going with it?
In the woods.
Oh, so you're on the train. You're like...
It just seems gross after a while, though.
I would think so.
How do you clean that out? You can't, really.
You'd have to, yeah. We're going to put chemicals in it? Or we're back to square one of taking chemicals in
I
it.
don't know.
So you're never Camelbacked?
I guess you'd have to fill it up with soap water and give it a good shaking.
Drink the soap water, clean yourself out with it.
Squeeze it out.
It's like siphoning gas.
Pretty much.
Can you fill it with booze? I guess you could, right? Fill it with anything.
Yeah.
Like you could probably... If you have a big enough jacket, you can put on your jacket and go to a baseball game or something. All of a sudden, a little straw comes out. You
It's not a bad idea. Could replace the tube with one of those mouth things. What are they? Wow. You know, the sweet emotion thing?
Oh, the talk box?
Yes.
Wow. Bon Jovi?
Yeah.
But you're drinking booze the whole time?
Yeah, you go in there, you put it away, and do a little bit. I don't know, I'm punch drunk.
That sounds like it.
Yeah.
We'll get through this. Don't worry. And the other thing, a couple of things, people got to stop using fucking hack. I'm tired of people saying,
That's hack?
I got this life hack for picking perfect avocados. Fuck you. That's not a hack.
No.
Give me something good. Like there's a guy who figured out how to hack a Roomba to take pictures. He took a picture of some lady taking a dump with a Roomba.
Hot stuff.
But that's a hack.
Sure.
Picking out the best sheets is not a hack.
Right.
I learned this hack for getting coffee cheaper. I used the wrong cup. You know what I mean? That's not a hack.
I learned a hack for hacking up you hack bitches with your stupid posts.
Exactly. Like the common sense thing. Just come on. It's not a hack. You learned how to pick an avocado. It's just a skill. I'll give you it's a skill, right? Picking a good piece of fruit. I guess it's a skill, is it? I don't even know.
No. Everybody likes... I used to work with a woman. She liked all her fruit kind of hard and crunchy. Like even peaches and stuff like that.
Ooh, what's that? Al dente?
Yeah. She wanted a peach with a crunch, like an apple. I was like, that's not ready.
That's gross.
Yeah, that's not ready.
Did you ever accidentally do that with a banana? Eat an unripened, like not ripe enough banana?
It's hard to peel.
Right.
Like you can't even get the outside off of it.
And it's disgusting when you do take a bite.
Yeah.
How do you peel a banana? Do you peel it the right way or the wrong way?
Probably the wrong way.
I'm just asking. Do you peel it from the stem?
Yeah, of course.
No, it's wrong. You peel it from the bottom.
I don't care.
Like our monkeys, you peel it from the bottom. That's how you peel a banana.
Okay.
That's like a little handle at the end, like an ice cream cone. You don't want to give up the ice cream cone handle.
Yeah, I do.
You try it next time.
It's imbalanced that way.
It's a life-changing hack.
It's a hack.
It's not out of balance. Why would it be out of balance?
It's a little skinny thing underneath the big fat thing.
But no, you hold part of the, you hold more of the before you get to the you hold more of the shaft before you get to the base, and then once you get down far enough, then you have the little. You don't have to hold a little thing and pinch the bottom. I know what you do. I know what everybody does. How they eat bananas.
Pinch the little thing.
They squeeze the bottom to get the little thing out. I mean, but that's not a hack. So don't use that as a hack. Banana pinching? Dude. I mean, that is not a hack. What was the other one I saw? There's one back here. This was great. This is a Chinese guy on a plane.
Okay.
How do you feel about plane ethics? You should have some, right?
Oh, yeah.
If you're on a plane, everybody should have some.
You're in public.
Right. You should have some decorum.
Anytime you're in public, you should. Yeah.
You have decorum, right?
Yeah. I used to ride the subways a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I would see people cutting their toenails. Just like opening up like a full meal and spreading it out. There'd be like 3 Chinese ladies, and they each pull out a bowl, and this one pulls out rice, and this one pulls out the chicken, and they start making dishes, and they're yapping and eating. How full-on meals.
How long of a subway ride are you taking?
It depends how far you're going.
I mean, but enough to pack a lunch? That's a pretty far ride.
Yeah. They would do it on the Staten Island ferry, too.
That's not that far of a ride either.
It's a half an hour.
Doesn't have a bar.
You got to get shit done.
The ferry had a bar.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Did Staten Island have a bar, too?
Yeah, isn't that the one you're talking about?
I'm talking about the one from Weehawken.
I never took that one. That's like for rich people.
Not really.
Yeah, Staten Island's free.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Ferry's free.
Oh.
That's why you get the dregs of humanity on that thing.
That makes sense now.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize it was free. I thought you had to pay for that. So you just have to get into Staten Island. I mean, you're paying it anyway to get to
If
Staten
you're... All right, so if you're coming from Manhattan and you jump on the ferry,
right,
it doesn't cost you anything to jump on the ferry.
Okay.
Right. It doesn't cost you anything to jump on a ferry. But if you want to take the Staten Island Railroad from there, do you have to pay for that?
Right. But I mean, even if you drove your car from here to the ferry, you'd have to pay for the bridge toll.
Yeah, but homeless people aren't doing that.
No, if you're already on the island, it's no big deal.
Just live on the ferry.
So they're like those modern day people going from Siberia. They go from Staten Island to forage in Manhattan because it's free, and then back.
Yeah. How did we get on this?
Oh, because we were talking about. I was telling about plane etiquette.
Oh, okay. Yeah. People don't have it.
Right. No, because there was I mean, this one is like anybody who gropes somebody on a plane. That's pretty fucking bold. No.
I'm all for it, personally.
If you're gropey or groper.
It doesn't matter.
Well,
as long as they do it right.
I think if you're groping somebody against their will, they're not a fan.
You know, these lines, they get a little blurry.
Especially in the vacuum of airplanes.
What else are you going to do on a flight?
Maybe
watch one of those terrible movies?
Maybe not touch the
Get jerked off.
Don't touch the person next. That's one way to look at it, but if the person's willing and able. I mean, this guy, they said the whole thing, the guy pretended to sleep, and he was like touching some girl next to him, putting his feet on her, like her foot, and then he said...
That's weird.
His testimony was that he was getting up, and he grabbed her thigh. Mm-hmm. That alone going... I didn't mean to grab her crotch. I grabbed her thigh, and my hand slipped into her crotch.
Hey, it could have happened.
But why you grab the freaking armrest?
Not guilty. I'm saying it right now. Not guilty.
No, he's guilty by all standards.
Not at all.
I mean, he claimed he was very embarrassed.
I'm going to say that little tramp lubed up her legs.
Egged them on?
Lubed up her legs. Thinking that she was going to get a freebie.
Like those poles at the Italian festival?
Yes.
They're climbing to the top?
Yeah.
So, but I mean, he started with the excuse, I don't know what she's talking about, crazy. And it devolved little by little, more and more to...
Of course.
Come on.
Yeah.
You're a doctor. I mean, but...
He's a doctor?
He said he was.
Well, maybe he's a gynecologist.
He's practicing.
One on the house.
Yeah, no copay.
Yeah. You're good for 6 months.
Like I said, if the girl was willing, that's different.
She's a tease.
Maybe to him.
But
have some
Let's throw it out there. She's a tease. It's all her fault.
Have some decorum in this world.
She was probably dressed like a hussy.
I don't know how she was dressed. They never said in the article. But I mean, like, nobody has respect, so, but you really should. We really got to get that back.
Yeah.
Where people aren't touching people, punching people for no reason.
I see so many videos of people getting dragged off of planes
Oh, my
because
God.
they're just losing their minds over stupid shit.
Right. Is it because they're boozing before they go on?
No, there's a lot of mental illness out there.
Right. You think they're just off their meds?
Or they're on it, they're just not on the right ones.
Something. That happens.
Yeah. I think a mallet is probably the best prescription for all of them.
Right. I love when they duct tape them to the seat. Ever see this?
I saw that one. That was good.
I think they do it.
That was good.
With a few of them. Imagine that. Like,
Yeah.
you're just at your
They're
wit's
mostly
end.
women.
Yeah.
It's not usually men that get that crazy.
Right. The only guy I ever
They
saw.
usually settle down once things start getting really heated.
Right. The only one I saw with a guy was when Tyson was punching the guy in the brain.
Yeah. Well, the guy got duct tape.
He got duct tape too, right?
Not that guy,
Oh.
but a different guy.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody's duct taping Mike Tyson.
No, that's what I meant. That guy was duct taped too. There was another one I saw duct taped. They duct taped a guy.
They duct tape a guy way back in the COVID thing.
You know
In the beginning of COVID.
how
He was getting crazy.
How awesome of a free advertisement is that for you, the inventor of
For
duct
duct
tape?
tape?
Yeah, just to see you can
Yeah.
use this stuff for anything. You can repair the plane because that's probably
So,
let's be honest, it's probably on the plane for repairs.
sure.
There's a little crack in that window. And throw duct tape on it before we all get sucked out.
Why not? You might as well.
Right.
I saw Mythbusters where they made a boat out of duct tape.
Yeah.
It worked pretty well for a little bit.
Right. Could he get across the Atlantic though?
No, they were floating in Central Park.
Oh.
And it didn't last that long. Like
Exactly.
10 minutes or something.
So how many years of that did a guy?
But it's 100% duct tape. It's not like
Sure.
duct tape with some cardboard and
No,
then
no, it was just duct
it's
tape.
just duct tape.
How did it hold the weight? I'm amazed it held his weight.
Yeah, 2 of them.
Right.
Both of those guys.
That's
and
a
that
lot.
mustache.
Like Yosemite Sam.
Yeah.
You ever see that one thing that guy made? He made a Sprite vending machine that shot Sprite 40 miles an hour or something like that.
Why?
It was for a Sprite ad,
Okay.
some old Sprite ad.
All
He
right.
made the machine and shot the cans out.
It's like a fucking laser.
Yeah.
I thought you meant it just shot the soda.
No,
Without
it shot
the can. If it just shot the soda, I was like, you could cut rock with that.
It's like a fast pitch softball. Just
Oof.
imagine that.
Dang.
Putting a quarter in and not expecting, all of a sudden the guy behind you gets hit in the nuts with a.
Wait a
40 mile an
minute.
hour
What is
Sprite
that? There's a skit, some old television skit where the guy like puts something in the vending machine and it's like shooting out different holes and he's putting his hands and he puts his arms and his legs, wraps around it and then shoots right in his crotch.
No. Well, there's your research for this
There
one.
you go. Yeah, I'm not going to find that.
Deep dive. Deep dive. But it just, everything. That, you see all those videos of people fighting in Disney World. What are you fighting over?
Mickey.
Freaking Mickey?
Mickey's attention.
Mickey's got enough time for everybody.
They're Mickey whores.
That I don't doubt.
I just saw a podcast where they were mocking on people that go to,
Adult Disney people? Oh,
yeah, they cry over when they see Mickey.
oh yeah.
It was great.
Last time I was there with my kid, there was a lady in full tears during fireworks. And I'm like, just looking like, are you scared of the fireworks?
Maybe a spark landed on her head.
No, she was crying tears of joy to be at the happiest place on earth with no kids.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, no.
It's pretty good. Because it goes hell, Disney, then heaven, right?
Is that how it is?
Well, it's the happiest place on earth, so
Right.
then after that,
Where's Purgatory?
it's got to be below.
Is it Universal Studios?
It's the rest of Earth.
This is Purgatory. We're in Purgatory?
Yeah, we're in it.
Oh, I thought maybe like Universal Studios would be Purgatory.
No, I'm
Not quite as nice as Disney, but it's got a lot of stuff.
It's close. Disney's so close to heaven. You have no idea.
Yeah. So close to making you poor, that's for sure.
Yeah.
You never took your kids there, did you?
Hell no.
I don't know what goes on.
Hell no. Why would I do that to
Maybe
myself?
they want to see Mickey.
They don't give a
They
shit
want
what
to see
they
the
want.
Pirates of the Caribbean. They want to see Johnny Depp.
Yeah, yeah.
Animatronic Depp.
Yeah. Go to the movies.
But it's not interactive.
He's not there. It's not the real guy.
He's an animatronic guy. Close enough. Maybe it really is him. Imagine that. Every day.
He's just acting.
And they're like, that thing looks just like Johnny Depp.
There you go.
And it's Johnny Depp.
It's like the same performance as his Tonto.
Oof, that was bad.
Yeah.
See, now, they cried cultural appropriation for that, right?
Did they?
I think so. I think they wanted an American Indian in that role.
Okay.
But meanwhile, like I said, when I'm watching that Yellowstone, I guess all those Indian actors are actually American Indians, Native Americans. Because I never hear a complaint like, oh my God, I can't believe they gave that to a white person.
Well, I don't think any of them are white.
No, they're American Indian. I mean,
they
all
might
Native
be
Americans.
they might be Hispanics or somebody, but they're not
Right.
like me,
Right.
pasty guys. Yeah.
Is he wearing makeup? He got full Tonto makeup?
Yeah.
Wasn't Johnny Depp in all white makeup?
Yeah, it was all white.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess if he would have done red face, then it would have been a problem.
Right.
A real problem. Big one.
Was Tonto red face? Maybe
I don't know. I'm just saying
Right.
they didn't try to make him look like,
Right.
like they used to in the old school movies.
Sure. Because then they were
They
up in arms.
They really brown you up.
Like bacon?
Brown you up good, yeah.
Crispy up a little bit?
Yeah.
Give you some tint?
It's more like a balsamic glaze.
Is that the trick?
Yeah.
So if you start pouring, if you eat balsamic glaze, you're okay. Pour it on yourself, cultural appropriation.
Yeah, not so good.
So I'll make sure we got the division there.
Yeah, it's pretty straightforward.
All right, well, I think we're at the end of this one.
All right, and there we go. We've done it.
Another one.
I didn't fall asleep.
He made it. So till next time.
TOT!
See ya!